I accidentally logged into an old bank account I hadn't touched in over 10 years. I expected to find a few forgotten dollars. Instead, the balance showed $24 million. I thought it had to be a mistake. My hands were shaking as I refreshed the page again and again. Then I called the bank. A few minutes later, the manager confirmed the money was real. But what stunned me even more was the name of the person who had been quietly wiring funds into that account for the last decade. It was my old business partner. The man who pushed me out of the company we built together, paid me $30,000 for my shares, and told everyone in the industry that I had quit. I stood in my kitchen holding the phone, listening to the manager read his name off the wire records, and for a second, I genuinely forgot how to breathe. We started the company 12 years ago with 2 laptops and a whiteboard. I wrote the software, he handled the money. When the business finally started winning real contracts, he called a meeting I didn't know was a vote, showed the other 2 investors a version of the books I had never seen, and informed me that my position was being eliminated. I signed away my shares for 30 grand because the lawyer I could afford said fighting him would cost more than I had. He shook my hand at the door and told me not to take it personally. For 10 years, I rebuilt from nothing. I took a salary job, paid off a small house, and made a point of never checking what the company sold for when it finally sold, because I knew the number would eat me alive. When people from the old days asked what happened, I told them we wanted different thing. I found the account by accident, migrating passwords off a dying laptop on a Tuesday night. An old banking login autofilled, one I assumed was long dead. I clicked through, expecting an error screen and got a balance instead. $24,316,408. I refreshed it 4 times. Then I called the bank's after-hours line, and the next morning, a branch manager confirmed all of it. The account was real, the money was real, and it had been opened in my name. I asked where the deposits came from. She said there had been 41 wire transfers over 9 years, all originating from 3 limited liability companies registered in Delaware. She read me the names. I only needed the first one. It was the holding company he had set up the year before he forced me out. I still had the incorporation paperwork in a box in my closet because I am the kind of person who keeps everything. The account had been opened 11 days after I signed away my shares with my full legal name, my social security number, and a signature on the application that was not mine. Close. Careful. Clearly practiced, but not mine. He had been parking his money under my identity for almost a decade. Because no auditor, no ex-wife, no tax authority would ever think to look for his fortune under the name of the partner he had erased. I did not call him. I did not email him. I did not post a single word anywhere. I printed every statement, built a timeline of all 41 transfers, pulled the old incorporation documents out of the closet, and booked a consultation with a forensic financial attorney 2 towns over. She read for 20 minutes without speaking. Then she set the folder down, looked at me, and said the sentence I have replayed every night since. This account is legally yours. Every dollar in it. He committed identity fraud to create it. Which means the moment he tries to claim this money, he confesses to a felony in writing. We froze the account that same afternoon. 8 days later, my phone lit up with a text from a number I had deleted 10 years ago. Hey. Been thinking about you. We should catch up. First contact in a decade. 8 days after the freeze notice went out. I screenshot it, sent it to my attorney and did not reply. She told me to expect exactly this. People like him do not panic. She said. A probe. The casual text was a monitor checking whether I knew what I had. My silence told him everything. Then his lawyer called mine. He was warm and reasonable and very sorry about the confusion. His client was prepared to offer $2 million to resolve what he called an administrative misunderstanding. Contingent on a quiet signature and a sealed agreement. My attorney let him finish every word. Then she asked one question. Is your client prepared to explain on the record whose signature opened this account? The line went silent for 11 seconds. She counted. That was 3 weeks ago. His lawyer has called 4 more times. The offers have climbed from 2 million to 5 to 8. Yesterday it reached 10. My attorney answers, asks the same question, and the line goes quiet. Every single time. The account is still frozen. The money is still sitting there under my name. Exactly where he hid it. And the only way he will ever touch it again is to stand in front of a judge and explain how it got there. Full story on the channel linked below.